What's going on, everybody? So today I'm gonna be showing you guys my new car that I got a month and a half ago, and then we'll do a little bit of a test drive in the mountains here. So yeah, this is what it is, the Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. Yeah, it's not the cleanest. It's kind of hard to keep your car clean at this time of year with all the snow. It's not too dirty. Alright, I'll have to see if I can cover up my license plate on the video editing. I don't really want to reveal that info. But yeah, pretty much it. It's a hybrid vehicle. So I'll show you guys inside. Just one sec. Alright, I'm inside of the car here. So let's go ahead and start her up. And of course we're gonna put our seatbelt on. That's important. Like literally, I think anybody who doesn't wear their seatbelt when they drive is a fucking idiot. Like seriously, it's such a simple thing to do to keep yourself safe. Alright, so I guess we can go back up real quick. Of course, check my surroundings. And I'm got to go a little bit fancy how I'm gonna turn onto this road here. That's okay. So we're gonna do a little bit of mountain driving here. That'll be kind of interesting. I'll just show this for you guys. Yeah, as you can see, there is a little snow on the road. This car does have all-wheel drive, so that shouldn't be an issue, ideally. I guess we can start with some of the things that I'm not a fan about this car, and then we can get into the things that I like about it. So I guess there's just a few things that annoy me about this car. Like one thing is the app that you use to start the car. I'm not a fan of it whatsoever. I guess it does have its usefulness. Like, for example, remote starting with the app is helpful, but then the downside to remote starting with the app is, the problem with remote starting with the app is it will only remote start for like 10 minutes and then we'll shut the car off. There's probably a reason why they do that, but it's just sometimes I need a little bit longer than 10 minutes to warm up the car. Correction, that's not my only problem I have with the Toyota app. I actually have many complaints with the Toyota app. I fucking absolutely despise the Toyota app. It's actually a complete bucket of liquefied dog shit, and I fucking hate it. I think that somebody's pet cat could probably make a better app than they can. Seriously, it is that fucking bad. It is the most slow, sluggish, buggy app I've ever had on my phone. It's a pain to use it. It takes forever to open. Sometimes it won't even open up at all. Sometimes you gotta actually exit out, close it, and restart it. Anytime I wanna remote start the car, it takes quite a few seconds to do it. I'll hold down the button. The fact that I have to hold it down to remote start it is ridiculous. But then after that, I have to wait 30 seconds just for it to do the task. That's pretty frustrating. The controls are very limited. I'm supposed to be able to set the temperature of the car when I remote start it, But unfortunately, that doesn't give me enough control. I can't even turn the temperature up to its maximum heat settings, which that's annoying. So if I want to put it on maximum heat, if I did set it the night before, I had to actually go out there to my car and start it myself and turn the heat to the setting that I want it to be at. It doesn't allow me to turn the AC on at all via the remote start app. I have to do that manually. I can't control the speed of the vents via the app. I have to do that manually. What's the point of having temperature controls on the app when it's not even going to give you the full functionality? If I can't change the speed of the air vents, if I can't turn the heat up to the maximum saying it goes, why the fuck should I even bother using the temperature control settings? And not to mention, I can't even control it on the fly. I have to restart the car in order to change it to the new settings. Another problem with the app is notifications do not stop. Seriously, I get the most annoying notifications ever. Sometimes I'll get notifications saying that I have doors unlocked, which sounds like a good idea, but there's times where I don't have any doors unlocked. It will still give me that notification. And that's really annoying because I gotta go back and check when I didn't need to in the first place. It's also giving me notifications to check the rear seat. It's like, I don't need that. I've had to go out and figure out where to turn off notifications at. Also, every time I open the app, it always begs me to turn on background location, even though I don't want to turn on background location because that just uses up battery life on my phone, but still asks me every single goddamn time anyway. The app is just fucking atrocious, man. I can't fucking stand it. Now, don't mistake this for how I feel about the car. The car is great. I have almost no complaints about the car itself. It's just a fucking app. I just don't understand. Tear it the fuck down and go back to the fucking drawing board, please. That fucking app sucks. This car is handling the snow not too bad. But I guess that's really all I can think of at the top of my head on what I don't like about this car. It's just the software stuff. The remote start could use some work, use some improvement. Otherwise, the things that I like about this car is number one, it has all-wheel drive, so it comes in handy for situations like this, driving in the snow. You know, and also the fact that it's a hybrid, so I get very good gas mileage with it. You know, 42 miles per gallon on average is what I usually get, like with all driving combined. I get better gas mileage driving in traffic than when I'm driving on the highway. I mean, I definitely would recommend this car to anybody who's just looking for a vehicle to, you know, get through their day, basically. Not the best vehicle for, I guess, if you're into driving it like a race car. It's not really necessarily for that, or a sports car. As you can see, it's handling the drive pretty well. I'll probably pull over and probably put the camera on the dash so you guys can get a better view. But I just need to find an appropriate place to pull over, which there might not be one for a while, because I really just don't want to be in anyone's way. If you ever drive in the mountains in Colorado, you gotta, in the wintertime especially, you gotta be prepared for conditions like this. Okay, I guess that's a spot I can pull over. Has a very good ground clearance, so good for deep snow, so I'll go ahead and move the camera to the dash. Okay, I now moved the camera. So hopefully it won't slide off the dash, but we'll see how far we can go. It is sliding. This might be a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. Hopefully you guys have a better view than what it was before. Alright, let's maybe try this. No, that's gonna slide there too. I want to try and focus on the road mostly, just because it is a little icy. There's a Tesla that's stopped. GoPro sliding probably wouldn't be an issue if it wasn't so bumpy. There wasn't so much snow I had to drive through. But unfortunately, what are you gonna do? It probably would be the best to use for this situation would probably be the dash mount. I guess the head mount would also be good. Maybe I'll look into getting that sometime. But the problem with the dash mount is I don't like to just put the suction cups on my window, because that will just leave the glue behind. So I typically like to stay away from those, especially on a brand new car. The heat and the AC, I mean, they work great. I mean, the heat's not necessarily the warmest I've seen on a car, but it gets the job done. AC, I haven't tested a whole lot on this car, but I did rent a Toyota Corolla when I was in Florida, and the AC worked better than I needed it to be. So I don't have any doubts with this vehicle. Oh, and I gotta fucking readjust it. Yeah, I'm sorry that the video quality may not be the best for this. But it really is what it is all I can really deliver. Another thing that this car has is adaptive cruise control, which is great on the highway. Probably be best to downshift now. It does have paddle shifters, which is pretty convenient for this type of purpose. That's a problem with driving in the mountains, they don't really have a lot of places to stop necessarily. And typically you don't need to stop, but you're trying to record a video with the GoPro and you want to change where it's mounted. I guess I could probably just do it like this, in all honesty. Yeah. Probably this is the best way to do it. I mean, I'm fine driving with one hand. Especially since I'm not driving a standard anymore. It's been a while since I've had a standard car, but if I was driving a stick shift, it would be kind of hard. I'm just gonna set it here for now. Your GoPro gets really hot after you film. For quite some time. Starting to get a little bit warm to touch. But honestly, I definitely do recommend getting the Corolla Cross. It's a very good car. A lot of people complain about how this car is a little bit too sluggish in acceleration, but I haven't really had that problem. I guess it's more of a problem with the gasoline only version rather than the hybrid version, but people said that they weren't too impressed with the hybrid version either. But for what I use my car for, I don't really need to have any more power necessarily. Alright, now we're at the highway. Now that's perfect timing for that to happen. Well, anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Leave your feedback down below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.